Do you feel in your life, up until the present day, that you have ever been able to be fully yourself?
No, absolutely not. I can't be fully myself in the public sphere. I can be fully myself at home. And that's what the government wants us to do.
These stills, dated March 2015, purport to show a man being thrown from a building. According to the last caption, he was also then stoned to death.
Ale nie pozwolę na to, by ideologizowano dzieci, bo to jest moja...
Backwards, no, forwards.
People throwing stone on us. It was our Stonewall.
When you look at what we have now, 70% of all adults believe that same-sex marriage should be legal.
On May 24th, 2019, Taiwan became the first country in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage.
Have you ever been walking down the street with your best bro, and while you're walking you accidentally touch hands? You think to yourself, that was weird, but I'm not gay. You are. You are gay. I'm gay.
We don't live in a free country, and I'm crying almost every day.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm
You are.
Gay, a word that uses the internet to present gay more implied. It is believed that the reason why this word is well known on internet came from a video.
Your mom gay!
By a content creator called Big Man Tyrone, who gained much online notoriety for creating testimonial videos on YouTube. And trust me, those aren't the types of video you would like to see. Anyway, Tyrone got a huge hit after the video released. Many people did not feel offended but considered this as a hilarious meme and spreading on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. Since the sound of gay is loud and massive, letter Y of gay replaced by E, which makes it stronger and funnier. You could also find this meme in many references to express on the internet. Seriously, there are plenty of them. You might not feel surprised that we can sit here and talk about some gay things, memes, and having parades to uphold the rights of gay. However, you could just get killed easily by saying a single word before centuries.
The Book of Leviticus, which is the third book of the Torah and the Old Testament, also known as the third book of Moses. Scholars generally agree that it developed over a long period of time, reaching its present from during the Persian period between 538 to 332 BC. In chapters 18 and 20 of Leviticus form part of the Holiness Code and list prohibited forms of intercourse, including the following verses. You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination, which is in chapter 18 verse 22. And if a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them, in chapter 20 verse 13. In addition, in Romans 1:26-27 passage shows another hatred. That is why God abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this sin, they suffered within themselves the penalty they deserved. And there are more passages about objecting gay, like Corinthians, Timothy, Matthew, Acts, and those myths. Gosh, I don't even need to show the images about them shooting gay. Those are bloody terrified. Google should have just listed them over 18. Jesus Christ.
Moving on 16th century Italy libertinism, gay became a hot topic on creating the artworks. More and more people started spread their concepts about gay and consider it as a symbol of the libertinism. Before we go deeper, we must understand what libertinism is. Libertine practices or habits of life, disregard of authority or convention in sexual or religious matters are the main creeds in libertinism. Basically, you can consider it as do not give a shit. As a result, many people regarded the activity of homosexuality as a libertine action to live unrestricted. After the whole thing out of the control, Catholicism couldn't bear anymore. They used a godless theory of religion as imposture to affirm homosexuality for a positive end. That was to defend Catholicism. Well, the result worked perfectly. The trend which appreciates gay stuff and was already fading away around 1650. Nonetheless, it was a huge improvement of people knowing the notion of homosexuality.
In 18th to 19th century, the community of homosexuality grew stronger and bigger. People started to notice that there wasn't only gay and lesbian, people who consider them as both trans, questioning, and biology, bloody. It just never stops. We need a word to cover the whole community as a standard. Therefore, LGBT was born. In 1990, America, local community created the word LGBT, which is an initialism that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. Despite of its toleration and energetic symbol, some people still seemed it as an offense, since LGBT doesn't show literally every sexuality in the world. And that's why LGBT involved variations that changed the order of the letters. Here's a quick introduction to let you know what's your order of LGBT. Please pay attention, here comes the beat. L. Lesbian, presenting one female loves another female. G. Gay, presenting one male loves another male. B. Bisexual, only kids do the choices. One loves both male and female. T. Transsexual, one tends to be physically changed to another sex for their sexuality. I. Intersex, presenting one has physically both genitals. CD. Cross-dressing, by any reason wearing the clothes that usually not one wears in public recognition. A. Asexuality, presenting one loves no one with any gender. They prefer being one person is better than having two. A. Straight allies, presenting one who supports any sexuality. Q. Questioning, presenting one has no idea about his own sexuality. S. Friendly straight, presenting one loves another sex but still supports any sexuality friendly. U. Unsure, presenting one who isn't sure about the real sexuality of his own. TS. Two spirits, presenting one who considers his own body lives both gender spirits. P. Polyamory, presenting one who loves to have two partners at the same time. Most of them will let them know the existence of the others. C. Bicurious, presenting one who is curious or open about engaging in sexual activity with a person whose sex differs from that of their usual sexual partners. H. HIV and etc., presenting one who has venereal disease. O. Other, presenting one who has other sexuality. When you found out you could make a tag to let people know your sexuality in clubs like, wow, I could be under the spotlight, huh? But not everything is great and fantastic. The system people use to define one's sexuality presents an issue that dividing people from different sexualities. That is also the reason why many people disagree the ways LGBT works. We are not the toys that you make classifications on your toy boxes. Perhaps one day people could find a better rule to tell our sexualities more suitable. P. Polyamory, presenting one who loves to have 2 partners at the same time. Most of them will let them know the existence of one. 真假？他们会这样哦？
真的啊？
对，就是三
对，就3 P 3 P。
P。
来，你要
太扯吧？这样他们3个都要知道。